This is an opportunity to meet the director of the Asian Center for Missions, Danny Bayazin. Danny, I am thankful for your life because I remember you when you came to ACM as a student, as a person who wanted to be a missionary, to be trained for the mission field. And I remember myself going to Baguio one time and doing a module over there. And I remember you working and developing your knowledge, you and your wife, Ruby, and even your children got involved in this. And then eventually, after your conversations with Gordon Robertson, you were able to convince him that you wanted to go to Burkina Faso.
Yes.
So when you look at this and look at what happened to your life and to your family, how do you feel yourself now that you are now the director of ACM?
Well, there's a lot of excitement. We have been in the field for over 20 years. Since after our training with ACM, we went to Burkina Faso, Africa, and for at least 20 years we served the Lord there, planted some churches, did community development work. So when we were asked to come home and head ACM, we were not sure if this was from the Lord because the work in Burkina was thriving. So we took time to pray and seek the face of God, and the Lord was giving us the peace to come home in 2017 and accept the challenge of heading ACM.
Well, one of the things that really make me think seriously about this call of yours is that you're not coming just as someone who has been chosen out of an application for candidacy to be the director of this great institution and this program, but someone who's actually coming from the field. When you went to Burkina Faso, you went through all of these things about planting a ministry for the first time, from scratch. There was nothing there. You went there, and I have read about your testimony. I have heard you talk about it, and I think it's always good to say it. You know, how do you really feel that God has led you throughout these years to this point?
Well, as I said, we were praying and asking the Lord, and we felt that it's time for us to come back home. And I feel that the Lord is leading us, been telling us you have to multiply yourself. You have to teach what you have learned in the field.
Right.
Especially with our training program, we're training new missionaries to go to the field. So it's an opportunity for us to teach some of the things we have learned in the field, but also to teach the failures that we experience,
Right.
so that they won't, duplicate our failures. But going from Luzon, Visayas, in Mindanao, going all over the Philippines, we have seen that God is moving around the Philippines, raising up and fulfilling the destiny of the Philippines as a missionary sending country. And that's when we felt, hey, we are in the right place at this particular time in our life. I believe that God has brought us home in this season, so we can be part of what He is doing in raising up a new breed of missionaries. So we're very excited.
And now you're having new insights, new revelations, and new ideas, which I think are really for this time. And I'm blessed to see that you're about to start a program that has been in your heart, which is for India. And it is important because India has always been in the heart of ACM since the very beginning.
Yes.
Actually, when ACM began as the India training program.
Yes.
Yeah, and then after that, it evolved becoming the Asian Center for Missions. But India has been in the heart of this. And now you are about to start doing this great program for India. How do you feel about that?
Oh, we're very excited because, as you said, India has always been in the heart of ACM, in the site of ACM. I believe the first trainees went to India.
Exactly.
That's their
Gordon Robertson took them
led the
over,
team.
led
Yes.
the team.
And so now we have the opportunity to go to India and train Indians. We were invited by several Bible schools in Nagaland to train their workers.
But this is a different stage now. We're not just sending Filipino missionaries to India. Now we are
We're
going
training
to train
trainers.
We're going to train Indians
Yes.
in their own homeland.
Yes, that's one thing that we're seeing now, that we want to see Filipinos going out as trainers. We want to change the image of the Filipino missionary. Now we go out as trainers and we train the locals, and to let them multiply. Missions is the same, but the way we do missions is changing, especially with the bilateral relationship with different countries. Visa restrictions, there are visa restrictions. There are terrorism going on, so it's hard for us to go out in certain countries. But
nationals can do the work in their own
yes,
country.
and they're more effective.
And they don't have to have the problem of securing a visa to get
Yes,
into their
yes.
own homeland. Well, Danny, I commend you for this work and thank you for this time. The purpose of this video is for our viewers to have an idea who the director of ACM is and what it's the latest planning and those desires and dreams that the whole organization is having, and then you represent that. So we're thankful for your work and thank you for everything that you do for ACM.
Thank you.